Hey, it's the 22nd of January, and it's the year 2026. I have a couple things before we get back into 1 Peter. So I've been brought by the Lord back to the book of Enoch. I believe the book of Enoch is necessary, edifying, extremely beneficial for all people, let alone people who read the Bible regularly. You need and must add the book of Enoch to your reading. It's a big book. All the superstitious nonsense about the book of Enoch, we don't know who wrote it. It doesn't tell you anything anti-God. It just extols Jesus. It extols the Lord of hosts. It talks about heaven. It talks about its design, what angels did when they left their abode and the sins they committed and the judgments coming their way. It talks about the righteous. It talks about the Son of Man. It colors your mind with, more than the book of Revelation, with the glories of heaven. It's immense. There is a thing when Jesus says, take this message to the end of the earth. That's where the firmament meets the end. There's all kinds of judgment going on of the holy angels and the wicked at the ends of the earth. There's an abyss, place of burning. You need to know about that. You need to know how the earth is designed. Why is the sky blue is a real thing. The blueness represents a thing called the firmament. It's not endless, wild, open space. It wouldn't be blue if it was true, right? So all you got to do is just honor the fact that the sky is blue. But when you get to the book of Enoch, you go above the sky. You go to the ends of the earth. You understand the movement of the sun and the moon and the stars. They're all named. He calls the stars by name, and they are under instruction by God. They're under his feet, the stars and the sun and the moon. That puts you in biblical, truth-based understanding of where you live and who you are and what's coming to the earth. I just gave, I will call it a little bit of a rebuke. All those folks who are trying to figure out Trump, trying to figure out, is this just a game, good versus this, dichotomy, the dialect, the Hegelian dialect, two alternatives. No, this is two empire systems clashing. The old system, post-World War II, is anti-God, so-called one world order, subjugation of the human to the control of the elite, bringing in the final great deception of the Luciferian, godless worldview of science, and just church getting mollified, pastors being blown away by lies about evolution and then trying to blend evolution with the Bible. All this crap is tied up in their horrible economic system, which when we had COVID revealed that our supply chains are very much consolidated and controlled and puts us all in a bad place. We need, each person, each nation needs to have its own economy to take care of its own people. That's what Trump is saying, right? But that also lines up the earth for the final act. The 10-horn confederacy, the 3, and then becomes the 1, the little horn. It's God's using Donald Trump to create the final act of human history. It must happen, right? There's nothing you can do about it. So sitting there whining about the Hegelian dialect is pointless if you're a true believer. Our job is to get people ready for the final day, realizing that they're going to be judged. Christians are going to be judged. Unbelievers are obviously going to be judged. Every king is going to be judged. Every leader of the world, every rich man, every billionaire is going to be judged. What'd you do with your money? What'd you do with your life? What'd you do with your words? Kind of horrible things that you put out, like Facebook or TikTok or any of these sources of evil that facilitate child trafficking and grooming and all the bad stuff that's going on right now. Lying to the children. Yeah, there's truth there. But you got to go to this horrible place to find truth. And most people can't discern because they don't know the word. They don't know the Bible. Therefore, they are sitting ducks for lies and deception. That's where we're at. So when you look at the book of Enoch, he talks about what's still in front of us, the final judgment, when Jesus comes down, King of Kings, and reigns on the earth and judges the nations. That's what's coming. He's going to break through that separation called the firmament. He's going to break through and bring heaven down to earth. And that's a good thing. But if you're not righteous and you don't love God and you don't call upon his name and you don't believe in the Son of God and what he did for you, you're gonna be judged in a horrible way. So why do I want that for you? I don't. I want you to come into life. I want you to come into the tree of life. I want you to come eat the fruit of the tree of life, which is Jesus Christ. Eat his words. Think about his actions. Ponder him. Meditate on him. Don't think about all the garbage, the Gnostic garbage, the New Age garbage, all the mysticism. Guys, you're being deceived on every level. You wake up in a sea of lies, right? This guy in his car is giving you more truth in this intro than you're getting in college, in your PhD studies, because they predicate their PhD study on a falsehood. So then they scientificate, or however that word should be, they make scientific a lie. They build grant money, private money, foundation money, goes to help people, smart kids, facilitate the lie. That's what Epstein was all about. Immortality, the falsehood of cloning and getting the God particle understood inside of what makes us human, what makes us special. Rather than just humble yourself before the mighty hand of God, recognize what you're made of, recognize that you're young, earth is very young, the worldwide flood did happen, that the Tower of Babel was a real thing, and God did destroy that tower. It's still got pieces of it, that's the EU logo, pieces of the Tower of Babel. But that's the system Trump is fighting. It's that system called globalism, which doesn't even exist. But think about it, the whole word that defines what Trump is fighting, one worldism, globalism, is based on a falsehood that the earth spins. Like, are you kidding me? How stupid an idea is that? Like, you really believe that nonsense? Now, look at Greenland. Think about Greenland. If the earth is a surface, if the earth is fixed, if the middle of the earth is the so-called North Pole, where's Greenland? It's right off of that. What do you think those people know? The top people of Russia, China, America, Canada, the scientists, explorers, the trade route guys. It's just like the guys that drive long distance air flights from here to China. They know the earth doesn't bend. They know by their flight, their plane does not have to constantly come down to adjust to the slope, right? You're at sea, it's level all around you. You're at the North Pole and you're seeing waterfalls, meaning water doesn't fall off the side of the ball because it doesn't, if it was a ball, it would. There'd be no water. Water would just spin off the ball. Gravity can't hold tons and trillions of tons of water. It's ridiculous. If it can't hold one drop to tip it, if gravity can't affect one drop of water, if you tip it on a flat plate and you just tip it and the water starts moving, gravity can't stop it from moving. How can it then hold trillions and trillions of tons of ocean water? And it's spinning too, guys. My job is to blow to smithereens the stronghold of the globe lie. Using the word global or globalism or the word globe, if you're a Christian, stop it. Stop using that word. Say earth, say heaven, because that's all you know from the Bible. The word globe is not in the Bible. The ball idea is not in the Bible. The spin idea is not in the Bible. It's not there. Oh, those are the ancient dumb people. No, they're way smarter than us. Way smarter. They're closer to the beginning, therefore they have better information. As you go further away from the beginning, the information gets sullied and it gets worse and worse and worse, which is what's happening. God right now is helping archaeologists discover 3,000-year-old stuff to prove the Bible accurate, and that Israel did truly, God did give the land to Abraham's seed. So all you people who, Israel's in control of America, you're wasting your time. If you're a Christian, that is a waste of time. If Jesus is coming back, where's he going? He's going to Jerusalem. Where's Jerusalem? In Israel. Okay, that's your Lord. That's who saved you. That's your king. That's who you're going to submit to when he's here. That's who you should be submitting to right now. And listen to his prophet. Listen to his servant, Jonathan David Keener. He's saying, stop the talk about Israel. Yes, there's intrigue in Israel. There's brilliance. There's strategy. There's all kinds of technology. Yeah, and they're being set up for destruction. Pity them. Feel sorry for them. Many of them are going to be wiped out by judgment. Only a remnant is going to be saved, and the Jews will be restored when they cry out together corporately as a nation, Hosanna, Hosanna, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord, as they did on Palm Sunday, or the day of that celebration, when they laid down their sheaves, they laid down that was to foretell of a future event that has yet to happen. That's the Bible. That's the story. There's restoration everywhere. Restoration for the nations, restoration for the physical earth, restoration for what's between us and heaven, the space, what they're doing with these freaking chemtrails. That's all wickedness, weather manipulation, wickedness, all real. Do the work, go to geoengineering.org. It's all documented. It's all proof, right? Greenland is real. The Europeans are idiots. They're foolish men and women, pretenders, actors. They think this is a big movie, that they can play tough when they have no toughness. So guys, we are in the midst of a wake-up call before the final great deception. So that's why I cry out for a harvest of souls. That's why I believe Tree of Life Farms is going to be established in multiple locations. Why? Because we need it. We need that kind of training. We need that kind of experience for young people. I'm focused on the next generation, young men. They need Tree of Life Farms. They need a real living place in God's glorious creation, his beauty all around them. And then they need a preacher, talker, sharer, mentor guy that's going to give them the truth. Irrefutable. There's nothing they can say to defy what I'm saying. First of all, the Bible says it. Second of all, does not creation itself testify that the earth is fixed, the heavens are fixed, that there's structure up and structure down and structure beneath our feet? It's structure. God built a structure. He didn't build endless spinning galaxies and rotational gravity nonsense Newton came up with, which was a Luciferian idea. Einstein, Luciferian. Kepler, Luciferian. These are people, Gnostic, evil, worshippers of the light, worshippers of the sun, Ra worshippers, Babylonians, Sumerians. These are worshippers of a false deity. And that's who you're following. That's your science teacher. It's a religion. Science is worship. Worship of a lie. Yes. Well, I'm going to stop there and get into 1 Peter.